In this video, we will be designing the bottom chord members of the truss. Design of bottom chord members. Now, the bottom chord members given in the problem are AL, LK and KJ. There are three more members which are symmetric or same as that of AL, LK and KJ, and the maximum tensile force in all these three members is 207.84 kilonewton. Maximum tensile force in all these three members is 207.84 kilonewton. But your design has to be done for the factored tensile force. Now T stands for tensile force. The factored tensile force is equal to 207.84 into 1.5, which is load factor. So which will be 311.76 kilonewton. Yeah. Now coming to the area required to resist a tensile force of factored tensile force of 311.76 kilonewton. So the area required is equal to load, that is factored load, divided by permissible stress, the assumed permissible stress. So load is 311.76. Permissible stress will be Fy by gamma m naught. Permissible stress will be Fy by gamma m naught. Load is factored load 311.76 into 10 to the power 3 to convert to Newton, and Fy is 250, gamma m naught will be coming to the numerator, which is 1.1 divided by 250. So area required will be 1371.7 square mm. Now this area will be increased by 20 to 30% to make up for or to compensate for the bolt holes used for the connection. Now increasing area by say 30%, increasing area by 30%, this is to compensate for bolt holes used for connection, that is 1.3 into 1371.7, so which will be 1783.2 square mm. Now referring to now from steel table, so we have to identify a double angle having area at least equal to this or greater than 1783.2. So now here we are adopting 2 ISA, that is 80 into 80 into 6, and whose area is gross area is 1858 square mm. Now this is the required area, and we have adopted area more than the required. So therefore your both angles will be safe in yielding of gross section. Now that step can be skipped here, because this is the area required and this is the area we have adopted, which is greater than the required. Hence your angles will be safe in yielding of gross section. Yeah. Now coming to the second step, next check on this tension member will be a rupture of critical section. Check for rupture of critical section. Now before checking for rupture of critical section, we have to design it for connection. These members have to be designed for connection. Now quickly we'll draw the cross section of the member showing angles back to back. So this is the two angles ISA 80 by 80 by 6 what we have adopted, and this is the gusset plate 10 mm thick. Gusset plate is 10 mm thick, and this is where we are providing the bolt connection. So now your bolts will be subjected to double shear across this face and this face. Now first we will calculate the double shear strength of the bolt, that is VNSB is equal to VDSB is equal to VNSB divided by gamma MB. The same calculation is already done while designing for compression member. So here I will be taking the value directly. The design shear capacity of bolt in double shear will be 90.49 kilonewton. So this calculation which is already done in the design of compression member, so the same is taken here. Now next is design bearing VDPB, the design bearing capacity of the bolt. The same calculation is also again done in the design of compression members, now which is 82.00 kilonewton. Now the lesser of these two will be the design strength of one bolt, which is 82 kilonewton. Now design strength of one bolt will be 82 kilonewton. Now number of bolts is the factor tensile load, which is 311.76 divided by 82. 311.76 divided by 82. So which is approximately, so you will be getting around 4 numbers. So you will be getting around 4 numbers. Yeah. And quickly we will draw the longitudinal section of that connection representing these 4 number of bolts. This is gusset plate. Yeah. So now these are your rows of bolts 1, 2, 3, 4, and your pitch distances are 40, 50, 50, 50 and 40. Now pitch distances is 50 and end distance is 40. Pitch distance is 40. Yeah. So now check for rupture. So we have to do this, the constant calculation, that is beta, which is 1.4 minus 0.076. 0.076 W by T, Fy by Fu, then Bs by Lc. Now these formulas are already given in your code book, IS 800 2007. Yeah, one by one. So now before going for the substitution, so W is nothing but the length of the outstanding leg. So that cross section also will represent here. Now this stands for W and this stands for WT, which is 45, and this length is 35. So it is nothing but the distance between the heel of the angle to the center of the bolt. Heel of the angle to the center of the bolt. Now substituting 1 by 1 value now. Yeah. So 1.4 minus 0.076. W is the length of the outstanding leg, which is 80. Thickness is 6. Fy is 250 divided by 410. Now Bs is W plus Wt minus T. So W is 80, Wt is 45 minus 6, which is around 119 mm. So this will be substituted here, 119, and LC stands for length of connection, the distance between two outermost bolts along the direction of the force, which is 50 plus 50 plus 50. So your LC is equal to 150, so which I will be substituting here. So with that, beta will be 1.35. So now beta we have got. So next you have to calculate is what? AG naught. AG naught. Now AG naught stands for gross area of outstanding leg. Now this is the outstanding leg and this is the connected leg. So therefore gross area of outstanding leg will be 80 minus 6 by 2 into thickness. Now this minus 6 by 2 is deducted for the common junction. This 6 by 2 is deducted for the common junction. So which will be 462 square mm. Then ANC stands for net area of connected leg. Net area of connected leg. So we are connecting one bolt hole. So the total length minus we have to deduct one hole dia. The total length is 80 minus hole diameter is 22 minus 6 by 2 into 6. So which we will be getting it as 330 square mm. So now coming to the last formula, that is rupture capacity, the rupture strength of the angle. So that is 0.9 into ANC into Fu divided by gamma m1 plus beta into Ag naught into Fy divided by gamma m naught. Now you have to substitute all the values. We have calculated ANC 330, Fu is 410, gamma m1 is 1.25, beta is 1.35, Ag naught 462, Fy is 250 and gamma m naught is 1.1. Yeah. Now this is for one angle. This is for one angle. So now we are multiplying into 2 to calculate for two angles. For two angles, this has to be multiplied by 2. This is for two angles. So now you will be getting it as 478 kilonewton, which is greater than the factor tensile load coming on the angles, which is 311.76. So therefore it is safe in rupture. It is safe in rupture. So the next check on this bottom chord members are the block shear. So now next step is check for block shear. Check for block shear. Now first we should understand the block shear failure pattern. Now your block shear tends to happen along the bolt line, reaches the innermost bolt, then moves towards or takes turns towards the toe of the angle. So along this line, the block shear failure pattern will takes place. So now block shear is a combination of shearing and tension. So therefore we have to calculate the gross area under ATG, that is gross area which is under tension, and net area under tension, as well as the gross area under shear, and net area under shear. So now this section will be subjected to tension as well as shear force. We have to calculate the gross area which is under shearing and tension, as well as net area under shearing and tension. Now first we will be calculating gross area under tension. Now this will be the length which will be subjected to tension. Now this we have seen, this is 45 and this is 35. So now ATG will be 35 into the thickness of the angle, which is 210 square mm, and net area under tension will be 35 minus half bolt hole. From this center to here you have to deduct half bolt hole into 6, that is ATN is 138 square mm. Next, gross area under shear. Now this is the length which will be subjected to shear from edge to center of bolt hole. So 40 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50, which will be 190 into 6, which will be 1140 square mm, and net area under shear will be, we have to deduct these bolt holes, 1, 2, 3 and half of this, that is 190 minus 3.5 into whole dia is 22, so whole bracket into 6, which will be 678 square mm. So now, directly writing down the formulas for the block shear, that is in page number 33, clause number 6.4, page number 33, clause number 6.4. So it says TDB is equal to AVG into Fy divided by root 3 gamma m naught plus 0.9 into ATN into Fu divided by gamma m1, or one more formula, TDB 0.9 into AVN into Fu divided by root 3 gamma m1 plus ATG into Fy divided by gamma m naught. So your Fy is 250 and Fu is 410, gamma m naught is 1.1 and gamma m1 is 1.25, and AVG, AVN, ATG and ATN are as calculated here. You have to substitute and get these values. And one more important thing, now these have to be multiplied by 2. This is the formula for single angle. So this is for 2 angles. So this entire equation has to be multiplied by 2 for 2 angles, and substitute those values to get the block shear strength. So which you will be getting it as 384 kilonewton, and other one will be 326 kilonewton. So wherein both are greater than 311.74. So therefore it is safe in block shear.